Hey, what's up, everyone? You're here with the Pick Dawgz Soccer Crew, Goran, Kirk, and Jack. And once again, thank you for joining us for our long form video for Sunday. We know that you guys love these, and the views have been climbing, and we definitely enjoy doing this videos for you. So if you could subscribe and of course give us a like button, guys, that helps us a ton in actually promoting our channel and in reaching more people, and just I guess make more money to more people. So. We appreciate it a lot, guys. Leave us a comment as usual. Let us know what you're taking in any of these games, or maybe if you have a parlay suggestion or something like that. So feel free to post it in the comments, guys. We have a ton of people who are ready to engage and answer questions or ask questions for that matter as well. Let's get this show on the road, Jack. We have Brentford and Chelsea as the first game in the EPL to talk about. Chelsea decent favorites on the road in this game. They've had a ton of unders lately. Do you see more goals in this one?
No, I don't. I think the fact that Chelsea are obviously playing on, well, they're playing right now when we're recording on Thursday because of our such busy schedules. They now obviously playing this game on Sunday, and then let's not forget they've got their midweek game as well in Europe. So I'm expecting to see some rotation. But as you said, they've been getting a load of unders recently. Brentford just aren't really scoring at home at all. They're winless in like their last 9 home games or something crazy like that, after being one of the best Premier League home teams for the majority of the season. So yeah, I'm going with the under here. I just don't see that many goals on either side.
Well, I'm actually gonna go the other way. I'm actually leaning the other way, to be honest, but I decided to go with shots on target over 10.5. I know that's a high line. It definitely is, and I rarely take it. I usually go with over 8.5 or 9.5, but I think that uh, Brentford at home is a very solid team that's going to be a threat to Chelsea here. Like you said, Jack, there could be some rotations. They definitely need the depth for the game. They're playing midweek. And I think that Brentford can get us at least 4 or 5 shots on target, and then Chelsea will have to do the rest. So, Kirk, I'm taking over 10.5 shots on target, plus 105. What do you have?
Yeah, I don't think Chelsea really cares too much about their midweek game. It's the Conference League after all. If I think qualifying for the Champions League is a lot more important than the Conference League winning that. So I think Chelsea are going to go all out here. They want to be top four. If they keep winning games like this, they need to win. I'll take Chelsea on the money line.
Now, for our next game, Kirk, I think that all three of us are in agreement about this one. I mean, when you're getting such a good price on Liverpool on the road, you simply have to take it.
Yeah, I actually thought I was on Fulham, but I guess I am on Liverpool. Um, Yeah, I'm on Liverpool because they're out of the Champions League. That's right. That's right. If they were a Champions League game for Liverpool, I probably would have been on Fulham on the double. But since Liverpool is out of the Champions League, it is tough to shy away from this Liverpool team right now.
Yeah, I mean, how do you not take it at minus 120 on the road against Fulham, who has been struggling over the last couple of weeks? They got knocked out of the FA Cup, and then I think what was their last game?
1-2-1 against Arsenal.
They won 2-1 against Arsenal.
They lost two
Lost
one to Arsenal.
2-1.
They lost 2-1 against Arsenal, yeah. But Jack, you think that they can score here against Liverpool?
Yeah, I think Fulham can. Liverpool, they're conceding over a goal a game on the road over the course of this season, and Fulham are scoring a lot at home, much more than actually no, they're actually scoring the exact same on the road. To be fair, but yeah, I think Fulham can score, certainly get on the board. For me, the question is for Liverpool here. The reason why I'm kind of not really touching them in this game is kind of fear for their fatigue. I know there's no game in the week for them. Obviously, they're knocked out, but I don't know. I just don't like it. Something just doesn't smell right for me in this game. So I just prefer to take both teams to score here and be happy if it comes in.
Yeah, we'll see. This could be the game where I think that Liverpool could potentially seal the fate of the EPL this season. I don't know. They just doesn't look like a spot where they are going to drop any points. For the last game in the EPL, Jack, we have Tottenham and Southampton. Now we know that Tottenham has been all over the place, and you're painfully aware of it as a Tottenham fan. But this is a game they have to win, right?
It has, yeah. But I said the exact same when we played the likes of Leicester and we lost. It's a tough time right now to be a Tottenham fan, and I don't really see how things
Isn't it
change very.
always?
No, because we've always consistently kind of pushed for top four in a way. This season, I don't remember a season in my lifetime as bad as this, honestly. The fact that we're bottom half of the table in April is just a disgrace. It really is. Don't see how things change very quickly. It's just defensively. Defensively, it's a big issue that Ange just can't seem to fix, I don't think, which is exactly why I'm taking them to win this game. Of course, being at home, you can't consider them not to win against Southampton, but those defensive issues are a bit of a problem. So I'm taking Tottenham and both teams to score.
Yeah, I mean, you said in the last Southampton pick that we had that they just can't score goal. They did. They got a draw, if I'm not mistaken, midweek,
Yep.
which won't do them much good because they're so far down the bottom that they are getting relegated. There's no doubt about it. Uh, I'm riding with Tottenham to win and over 2.5 goals at -123, just in case they are able to shut out Southampton. Although it would be a surprise, Kirk.
Yeah, I'm also with Jack on this one. I think Southampton have showed that they don't really care about anything anymore. They're just going to try to win every game. I mean, not that they didn't at the beginning, but I think they're going a little more attacking than they were earlier in the season. So I think they score. This Tottenham outscore them, and the price is pretty good for Tottenham to win and both teams to score.
Yeah, when you don't have the offense, you're at least hoping that your team has the defense, but then Southampton has neither. And it's just a plain old bad team this season. Off to Serie A, Kirk, Atalanta and Lazio. I'm gonna keep this one short. I'm riding with Atalanta on the money line. Had Lazio on the premium to win in their last game. 1-1 draw against Torino in like 88 minutes, and it was painfully disappointing. So in this one, Kirk, I'm riding with Atalanta on the money line.
Yeah, I'm there as well. As you know, two teams I don't ride on the road are Lazio and Fiorentina, especially against teams that are better than them. Atalanta, I told you they were due for regression. I didn't think they were due for this much regression, but I think it's a good spot for them here at home.
How about you, Jack?
Yeah. I have no idea what's happened to Lazio over the past few weeks. It just seems to have snowballed out of control, really. It's
Just
just got
shows
worse
I
and
know
worse
Serie A, that
and worse.
Lazio, Fiorentina, Atalanta all suck, and I knew it.
So humble, Kirk. I love it. So humble. Look, I like the draw here. I like the draw. Again, we all
Are
know
you talking
how
about Roma or Juve or Atalanta?
Atalanta.
Hmm.
I'm talking about the draw in the Atalanta Lazio game here. Atalanta, I think they just are up and down. They're kind of really unpredictable in the spots where you think they're going to win when they're super heavy favourites. They drop points quite frequently. Like you think of the Venezia game very recently, where they couldn't even score at home. So I think Lazio can get a draw out of this game. So I'm happy to ride with the draw. It's not something I'm betting myself. It's just more of like I don't know. If I was to put money on it, it will be going here.
Jack, what about in this next game, Roma and Juventus? We have Roma who are playing really well right now. After that very bad start to the season, they shaped up and they are playing consistently well. Juventus, new head coach from last week. Tactically, they looked a lot better. Still very ineffective in that attacking end, but they did get a win that they needed. How about this game?
Yeah. My pick pretty much goes against every trend going, and that is really rare for me. I think it's fair to say. The last 5 head-to-heads have not gone over 2 goals. That being said, I think Roma offensively, when I watched the Lecce game, and I think I watched the Bilbao game that they lost in the Europa League. Their attack actually looks really good. It's just the finishing that seems to be a problem. And these are professional players at the end of the day. They're going to be able to score. It's just sometimes you have an off day. And I don't think Juve have been defending anywhere near as good as what they were at the start of the season when they were drawing loads of games. So I'm going to give this over 2.5 a shot here. This is something I will be putting a unit on just because it's plus money. And yeah, I just think it can hit. And I think this is real good value.
Now, Kirk, Roma hasn't lost any of their last 13 home games. Do you think Juventus has what it takes to get a positive result out of this game, maybe even a win?
In my head, whenever these two teams play, it's going to be a draw. And it happens enough where I'd probably, if I were to take it at plus 230, I'd probably be up money. Yeah, it's a draw.
I mean, it could be a draw, but I think we're all hoping for a high-scoring draw, something like a 1-1, maybe 2-2. That way, we all hit a premium pick, a free pick. But honestly, I could see this be a high-scoring draw with both teams playing in a decent form, especially Roma at home. Off to LaLiga, Kirk, we have Las Palmas hosting Real Sociedad, who are coming off of a hard
Sociedad.
game against Sociedad. Fine. Uh, and it's not Sociedad, it's Sociedad.
It's Sociedad.
Hey, Dad. Um, a very hard and a very long game against Real Madrid, Kirk. Overtime, penalty shootout. No, or was it just the overtime?
Overtime, Big Tony scored again.
And do you think that mentally they're good enough to get a win against Las Palmas on the road?
You want me to give you my little Las Palmas spiel where you close your eyes? You're on a beautiful island. You just played so much soccer against Real Madrid. You barely got there. All you want to do is have a Corona on the beach. That's all you want to do. Beautiful island, beautiful woman. I mean, it's just it's just
There's a
lovely.
shoe flying in, Kirk. Watch it.
It's just lovely, you know. Not that I've been there myself, but I've heard. I have to make
I've
that
heard
clear.
stories,
I've heard
whispers.
stories, not myself. I think they're going to come out of the gate slow here. So I'm going to take the under 0.5 goals in the first half here. If anything, I think their hangover kicks off in the second half and something, and it's a vintage 1-0 Sociedad win or something like that. But first half under, no goals for me at plus 150.
If you need to mute your mic now so we don't hear all the yelling, Kirk, feel free to do it. I'm gonna go with the draw in this one, plus 205. I like a 0-0 draw would not shock me, not even a little bit here, Jack.
It would shock me a little bit. I'm just taking Sociedad for the money here. Pure for the value. If it's plus money against the team who have not won in like 12, 13, 14 games, whatever it is, I'll ride with it. And again, it kind of depends how Sociedad look at that result in the week, right? You either look at it and say, well, we lost 5-4 over 2 legs to Real Madrid. That should be good. You know, if we can go that close to Madrid, we should be able to beat these guys. I think they can do that. So, or I think they do that. So I'm going with Sociedad on the money line.
Now, for our next match, we have a bit of a derby, I suppose, going on. We have Sevilla hosting Atletico Madrid. And I actually think personally this is a very good spot for Atletico Madrid. They had a very hard run. They lost to Real Madrid in the Champions League. They lost to Barcelona like 3 times almost, actually 2 times in one draw. Got knocked out of Copa del Rey. They're trailing behind Real Madrid and Barcelona in La Liga. So now it's time to bounce back. Maybe forget all those games before and just focus on the future. This is the only competition left for them to play. They have to keep winning games, and they have to keep hoping that Real Madrid and Barcelona can drop points somewhere. So I'm taking Atletico Madrid on the money line here, Kirk.
Yeah, I feel like it's the only thing to really take here because it's plus money. I don't know if this Atletico team cares though for the rest of the season. They basically have top 4. They have nothing else to play for.
But
Do they
they're not far away from the top. How they're what 6 points
They're
behind? Not
9
even
points
6, are they?
behind
Oh,
Barcelona, so they're kind of out of the
do they
race at
not
this
have a
point.
game in hand or anything?
Nope. Yeah, so their season's over. That's why I don't really love this game. I'll take them on the money line for the price, but I'm not going to be betting this game myself.
Anything to add, Jack?
But yeah, I agree partially with Kirk. Like the season's over, yeah, but it's not like they're going to just let their players go on holiday. They're going to make their starting players play the game, and let's not forget these players, especially the attackers and the defenders, will certainly have goal bonuses and clean sheet bonuses still to play for to get some extra cash in their pocket. And as I said, they're not in any other competition, so they're definitely going to field their best players. And Sevilla have not won a game at home since 2024. So I have to take Atletico on the money line here. And regardless of Atletico not winning in their last three, the draw to Espanyol was their first game back after the international break, who I think all three of us would agree sometimes it does take you a bit, maybe it takes you a game or so to really get things back going. And then you have to play Barcelona in the Copa del Rey after that. So I'm not really too concerned about the recent form. I think they bounce back here.
Now, Kirk, what about this next game between Villarreal and Bilbao? What do you like here?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge game. If Villarreal wins this, they're within 3 points of Bilbao for that fourth Champions League spot right now. Bilbao's up 6 points on them. I just think Bilbao's the better team. Yeah, they get out of this with a draw. They probably get. Oh Lord, Jack, you good, buddy?
Sorry. Sun's just had a shot saved off the line. I don't believe it. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, I think Bilbao's the better team here, so I'm gonna take them on a double chance. They basically secure top four if they get a point out of this game, in my opinion. So I think that's what they do.
Yeah, I think overall and on paper, if you look at it, Bilbao is probably the better team, more consistent team at least. And Villarreal hasn't won any of their last 2 or 3 games at home. I don't want to say that they are due for a win because Bilbao is a tough team to be due against. Uh, I don't know what to think about this one. Personally, I honestly won't be betting it. But if I have to choose something, both teams to score would be something I would go with. Although it is a bit juiced at minus 141, Jack.
Yeah. I think the concern for me for scoring here is with Bilbao for sure. Villarreal scoring against Real Madrid. Not many people have really been able to do that this season. They score
Every
against
team
Getafe.
has.
Okay. Bilbao, the 0-0 to Osasuna at home. That being said, the head-to-head suits both teams to score really well over the history of the last few seasons. So I'm taking both teams to score here.
Off to Bundesliga, Kirk, St. Pauli and Gladbach. It's very hard to bet against Gladbach right now when they're playing so well. And they're still, I mean, tiny underdogs on their own against St. Pauli. I mean, you keep saying you keep claiming that they are a good team, but I don't think that they are anything special. So, what do you have here?
I mean, first year in the Bundesliga. Basically, all you need to do is avoid relegation, and that's what they've done. So
Well,
I think
I
have
think
they
that's a
though?
bit
They're sitting
soon. I think that's a
15th.
bit soon, Kirky.
no, it's not. Heidenheim aren't catching them. I'll tell you that much. And they're only 2 points behind Hoffenheim for 14th. Don't sweat it, boys. Don't sweat it. Anyways, I think you guys fell into a trap here. I think fell into a heavy trap here. It's going to be a very edgy game. I mean, Gladbach, they win this, they're top four. So that's a big game for them. But Pauli, this is also a big game for them at home. And it's just the way these two teams play. They play very similarly. I think it's going to be chippy, but I'm not a man of cards. It provides way too much, what's it called? Bias from a referee. So that's why I don't like cards or interpretation. So I'm going to take the under here. I think this is going to be a very chippy, low scoring game. I'll take the under.
Well, you know what? The under might be the way to go with Klein is being suspended because of the yellow cards for
He's
Gladbach, and we
back.
know he's been. Is he though? I still see him listed as suspended
He's back.
because it was a red card.
I have him on my first goal scorer thing.
He's playing. He's there.
You have
Yeah,
you have Burkhardt. Did you take Burkhardt
he's on
to score
Mainz, but
first?
he's on Mainz. That was Saturday's parlay, Big G.
Oh, you have another one here? Okay.
Well, no, I'm just saying
Anyways.
that he is literally plus 440 to score first. I don't know if this can show you anything, but
Yeah, but the books will put the players on that are suspended or injured even. So
No, no,
I
no,
don't know.
no. Not if they're
right.
suspended, they won't.
Oh, they would. Uh, anyways, I'll take Gladbach on the money line still.
Uh,
Why are you laughing?
just because of you, Garan.
Why?
He's a happy guy.
Yeah, just you're
I
just
mean,
happy.
I've literally seen books put player who are suspended on the market.
Yeah, probably bet 365 just to steal people's
It,
money and then not refund them.
it was actually FanDuel and it was DraftKings and so on. It
Okay,
wasn't a single book, so I don't know what to tell you.
you win, Garan.
Of course, I always win. Jack, what's your pick in this one?
Yeah, St. Pauli's home form. I can't really trust it enough. I don't really. I understand they're because Kirk has shown me how good of a home crowd they have. Impressive. I'll give it to you. But it's just a shame the team doesn't really back it up. The form is not great. Only 2 wins in like the last 8 home games. Um, so yeah, and the fact that Gladbach come into this off 4 road wins in a row, 7 goals in their last 2 road games as well. I just have to take Gladbach on the outsider odds money here.
Jack, in this game, Union and Wolfsburg, the odds and the fact that Union Berlin are favorites against Wolfsburg tells you everything you need to know about Wolfsburg. Is Kirk falling into a trap here?
Maybe, maybe. I think Wolfsburg are the hardest team to read personally for me. I just struggle to read Wolfsburg games. If I'm honest, if I was to assess all of my picks on Bundesliga, I'd say I'm probably down on Wolfsburg games in 3 picks for sure. Um, they're just so hard to read. They're a minus 160 favorite to Heidenheim, and they don't score. How is that possible? I
Leverkusen are
have to take
minus
Liverpool here.
750 and they lose to Bielefeld. It's just a league where just everyone can do anything.
Yeah, I just think it happens to Wolfsburg more than most. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe someone can correct me in the comments, but I think they have to score here. Surely, they can't stay on this road drought for this long, especially scoring wise. So, I'm going both teams to score. I think the price good enough to lean towards it.
I mean, if you look at Union's the entire season, pretty much, they are able to connect like two, three positive results, and then they just fell off the map. And this potentially feels like a spot where that is going to happen. So, I, if there's a game to back Wolfsburg, I think this might be it, Kirk. So you're taking them on the money line.
Yeah, they're ninth, but they're only 4 points out of sixth for that Conference League spot, and only 5 points out of Gladbach for that Europa League. So there's still a lot to be settled in the Bundesliga. There's one thing I can't wait, and I can't wait till Union gets relegated. Holy cow. I cannot wait for that day. I will be at their stadium celebrating the relegation. Um, God, they're just boring. I think Wolfsburg win this game. You know what I've come to see? I love backing Wolfsburg, and I don't really know why, but it's kind of like it's to an extent like Nantes. I don't know why I back them, but I just do. I like
I
them in this game,
actually I remember taking Wolfsburg against you in one game earlier this season.
and you got
You had
smacked.
the double chance. I had Wolfsburg, yeah, and you had a goal in the last minute. Ever since then, I don't think I truly don't think I've won a single free pick on a Wolfsburg game. Honestly,
I mean,
I've been
actually,
cursed since that.
Nantes is not comparable because Nantes I liked once we started doing these videos. I don't know why, but I did. Wolfsburg, I've always kind of thought they were underrated. There's some good players, so I'll take Wolfsburg here on the money line.
Yeah, I'll take the first half though. I think if anything is gonna happen to either side, it's gonna be in the second half of this game. Now the last couple of games that we have, Kirk, are in the French League One. We have Rennes and Auxerre facing off. What do you have in this one?
I've read. I'm not really sure why though. I think because they're the home team. I really
Well, their
don't know.
form has been pretty good lately, actually. So, I mean,
One
to
win,
get them at
two
minus
losses.
130,
I don't know. I think I confused them with another team. Ren, I guess they're both bad. Ren
Maybe
and
Reims.
Reims. They're both Lons. That's who I confused them with.
No,
oh,
you have.
oh,
Listen, Kirk, I'll back you up here. You have a good reason to take Ren because Auxerre, they're horrible on the road. They're so bad, and Ren are actually decent
Yeah,
at home. So
yeah.
they've just beaten up
As
these
you guys
teams.
can see, you guys should definitely take this pick and make it your biggest unit player of the day.
Ha!
$100,000.
130,000 because it's minus 130.
Oh, okay, so that's how it works. Okay, thank you, Kirk.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the over in this one, minus 116. I think of all the picks that you could possibly take for this guy, I think the over at this price is, I want to say the safest, but I don't know. I think we could see goals on both sides in this game, Jack.
Yeah, completely agree. Completely agree. Auxerre, to be fair, like although they have been really bad on the road this season, they're 16th in the league. Only 2 wins on the road. They've been scoring a lot recently. They've just been conceding more, really. So, and the fact that Rennes are coming off that 3-0 win against Angers on the road,
They're in what place?
in the league.
They're 10th.
Yeah, they're 16th on the road.
Yeah.
They have like 9 points on the road this season. So yeah, they're great to take at home because they're like 5th in the league as a home team. But on the road, they're like 16th. It's kind of like Dortmund this season, to be honest. So yeah, I like the over here with you, Goran. I think this one's got goals written all over it.
And the last game of this video, guys, Marseille and Toulouse. Kirk, what happened, Kirk?
You know what this shows me? This line makes me so
What happened?
happy. This line makes me so happy because it finally realizes that this Marseille team is a piece of shit going down a drain and it's the smelliest thing. You want to stay away from it. But now, this is criminal. Is that they're only minus 148? This is like unfair to Marseille. Like, I feel bad if I'm a Marseille player because they, earlier in the season, they'd be minus 300 in this game easily. It's just hilarious. It's just comical that they're in third place at home and Toulouse is in 11th, lost 2 straight, and they're only minus 145. You have to ride Marseille here. You have to at this point.
I mean, to be fair, Marseille lost 3 straight, if I'm not mistaken. So,
Yeah, they
I mean,
have.
still, I would put them at least at minus 175 or something like that. But like as you can see, Jack's book is giving minus 133 on the Marseille on the money line. So we gotta hop on that, Jack.
Yeah, shop around, I guess. Of course, like we are recording this a few days prior, so these odds can change. But yeah, just shop around. Marseille, look, they're on a 3-loss streak, as you guys said, but I kind of can sort of give reasons for it. Like you lose to PSG, I think everyone's lost to PSG this season. You lose at home to Lens. Again, one of those games which really is kind of coin flippy. You lose
Oh,
on the
don't
road to
back Marseille for 3 straight losses. Come on, don't do this.
no what? What do you mean?
No, don't make any excuses for why they lost 3 straight.
No, but I can see reasons as to why.
Yeah, because they lost them and they're dog shit.
Well, here you are taking them on the money line, so
I told you the reasoning because in this spot they're being actually underrated. Because all right, yes, they suck, but are they better than Toulouse on the road?
oh, for
Yes,
sure.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't
but
know
look,
if
to be
Mason
honest,
Jailwood's playing or not, but I don't know.
that's true. The last thing Marseille need right now is all 3 of us to take them on the money line, and here we are.
Yeah, I don't know.
First is gonna strike again, just because
I
it's
hope
Marseille
so.
we're
I
talking
hope
about.
so. Actually, I hope so. I would laugh. I would petition for them to be relegated if they lose this game.
There's a petition going around already, just because Mason Jailwood is playing there.
Mason Jailwood, yeah.
Anyways, guys, I think Kirk still has a parlay, so
Let me craft. Kevin Volland, anytime goal scorer. Let's go
Jesus
to
Christ,
this.
that guy's still playing?
Let's go to this Marseille game. Let's see who we can have score for. Is Jailwood on the sheet? Jailwood is on the sheet. I'm gonna go with what's his name? Neil Mopay to score anytime. Nice. Yeah, this is
Jack's
crazy.
favorite player.
This is
Jack's
actually
favorite player.
crazy.
Why do I like Mopai? What?
This
What?
is actually
What's the
crazy.
reasoning?
This is the exact same odds as my Saturday parlay for these two goal scorers. That's insane. Volland to score anytime and Jack's boy Mopay to score anytime plus 774. What is the reasoning though behind that?
I don't think I've ever said the guy's name on a video. I don't know where this has come from.
Oh, you did. You said once that you hate him more than anyone else.
No, I did not. When?
Yeah, you did.
I
Yeah, you
don't
did.
remember this at all.
No, Arsenal
I
fans
do
hate him.
remember it.
Arsenal fans hate him
You,
because he used to talk loads of smack on the pitch, and he did some gestures to fans or something. There was some rivalry made, and whatever.
I didn't know you had such a vendetta against him,
I
Jack.
don't think I did. I don't know. I must have been in a bad day that day.
I remember.
It's tough to see him on a good day.
That's it,
Says
everyone,
you.
for this video. Thank you for joining us. Get on our preview picks, guys. Check out the rest of the free picks and stay tuned for those Champions League game, guys. It's back Tuesday, Wednesday, Europa League on Thursday. It's gonna be fun. See you there.